A nonprofit called Minneapolis Foundation has announced it will distribute $3.5 million in grants to help small businesses impacted by the surge of federal agents there. The grants will be funded by several of Minnesota's largest companies, including Target, General Mills, and U.S. Bank. The foundation CEO says the money, which is set to be distributed beginning next week, will be used to help small businesses navigate challenges like meeting payroll and paying rent. Joining us live from Minneapolis, MS Now reporter Nnamdi Ighanwu, who's been speaking with small business owners across the city. Nnamdi, good to see you again this morning. So let's begin with what the impact actually has been in recent weeks on small businesses of this presence of people staying home and not going out and conducting their usual daily lives.
Well, we've been here the last several weeks talking to several small business owners, and we've heard a consistent theme. There's just less foot traffic. In an area like downtown Minneapolis, for instance, when there's thousands of federal agents that descend here, people, whether you're an immigrant or not, just aren't going outside as much. They don't want to come into close encounters. And many just residents we've spoken to, those that are citizens, have pointed to the shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy and saying, we're concerned, too, about going outside. So the number one thing we're hearing is just there's less foot traffic. Now, the next big issue is that if you're an immigrant-run business, specifically in the Somali hubs here and the Mexican hubs here, there is a fear that your employees may feel that are preventing them from going into work, a fear that they may find themselves caught up in the crosshair of immigration enforcement just for trying to do their job. So those have been the two larger issues we're hearing. But we also have started to get actual hard data from the city. So Meet Minneapolis, that's the city's tourism board, public-facing board. They did a survey about 500 businesses. We're talking restaurants, hotels, shops, the whole, shops of that nature. And basically what they found out is of that group, 80% says their business has been affected by ICE's presence here, and nearly all of them said the way that impact has looked is just reduced bookings, reduced sales. The mayor of St. Paul said much of the same thing, that she's been surveying businesses, and the consistent thing they're hearing is businesses down anywhere between 60 to 70%. So there is a widespread issue here. I want to play for you some of my conversation with business owners just so you can get a sense of what they're telling me.
Everybody there is still really scared to go outside. Customers are still going to go outside. We can't get anybody, to work, and we still honestly don't want to, put people at risk. Obviously, that will affect our income. We haven't had, like legit or just regular income for a month now almost.
If we don't see a change happen anytime soon, a lot of businesses are already thinking on bankruptcy, closing, and there's a lot of jobs lost. A lot of people being affected. We're not collecting taxes for our government, our state government. A lot of programs are going to be hurt.
The moral of our staff is very important. Even myself, I have my passport with me all the time. Even though I was coming here, I had to take my passport. So this is like the fear we live in here in Minnesota.
So, I think a point that I've heard pretty consistently I want to highlight there is these businesses recognize that the more ICE impacts their ability to provide their services or goods, the more the state's going to be impacted by that. That means less revenue, less tax collection. So it may just feel like an issue that's mostly impacting immigrants, but if this is prolonged, there is going to be an impact felt by people throughout this entire state.
MS Now's Nnamdi Ighanwu reporting live for us from Minneapolis. Thank you very much for your reporting this morning.